Here to the third edition of the Harit Prem Bharat Mahotsav. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Stuti. Thank you, all our eminent speakers. I'll just spend a couple of minutes telling you about the Mahotsav and about Prem Jain Memorial Trust. Dr. Jain was considered the father of green building movement in India, and he sort of drove the entire green building movement, started from the first square foot of green in India, and now today we are at 7 billion square feet, and we are number 2 to the US. As far in the whole world, India stands at number 2 after America. He drove this movement for, he headed the Indian Green Building Council and drove this for over a decade. We lost him in 2018 when we created the Prem Jain Memorial Trust. And a handful of industry veterans who believe in sustainability in their heart came together. And that is how we came up with the idea of the Harit Prem Bharat Mahotsav, to celebrate sustainability and spread this message across the youth of India. So this is our third edition of the Mahotsav. For 1 week, we do activities related to sustainability, whether it is planting a tree or a walkathon, or talking about sustainability, getting expert speakers to talk to students, reach out, do art competitions, painting. There's a whole lot of different mediums we've used over the last 2 years. This year, with the virtual world and all of us getting our acts together in the virtual space and learning new mediums to work with, I think we have been able to spread the message much farther than we could have even hoped for. So till last year, we had about 50 events during the week, and this year we are going to hit 100. The first session is today, and so ladies, thank you for being here today and starting this off with the right mood and with all your enthusiasm and energy. And I truly believe sustainability is not just something about to do with a building or with architecture, but it's very holistic. And I think Preeti is the right person to talk about this further. But I will tell you that we have reached out to about 25 academic institutions. We have over 1,000 chapters across the country which are participating in this event this week. As we speak, there are entries coming in. So we've started some new things this year, like a green mask challenge. So you can take anything you want and make a mask out of it. Everybody uses a mask. And we're getting some incredible entries, which I would like to share later with this eminent panel. We're also doing a green art challenge where you can take anything which is non-biodegradable and make a piece of art out of it. So we have a lot of students who are engaged in these online activities. It's all happening on the social media platforms. So as you know, that's where the world exists for the moment. But I think I will leave now the podium to Preeti, and I just want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you for starting us off with this wonderful mood. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Payalji. This was a wonderful introduction, and we are really honored to be a part of Harit Prem Bharat Mahotsav, and we look forward to be following the footstep of the legendary Dr. Late Shri Prem Jain ji. So, with starting today's program, I would like to give a quick introduction what the program is all about. It is about a holistic wellness inspired by nature. We believe that all of us are the best creation of God, and we must celebrate our life at its best possibility, and we must enjoy and try to become the best of our own potential, not trying to copy anyone, because God has created each one of us as a unique creation. And moving ahead with today's program, I would like to thank our co-partner, WIN, and we have Ms. Shruti Jalan from WIN. Shruti, could you please share a few words about WIN, the Inspiring Women Network?
Yeah, thank you so much, Preeti. And Payal and me have actually been talking, and I've known Payal. Payal was one of the first few people I knew since I moved to Delhi. So actually, I've been very interested in women leadership issues, but the lockdown gave me the chance to start this initiative, which is the Women Inspiring Network. And we've done extremely well with many partners. We've had more than a 10 million reach already on social media. So we've done a film series where we've had people from the censor board, filmmakers, Bollywood personalities. We've done Winning Minds with award-winning authors. I remember we also did an initiative with IIT, which was on fashion tech and sustainability. And that's when Payal and me started talking about it. And the Women Inspiring Network is actually an inspirational storytelling platform which creates, shares, and inspires the women in our country. And we've actually had everybody, from Payal to Pragati to Garima already on our platform contributing their positive videos during lockdown. So we're very, very glad to be partnering with Sattva Nation and Prem Jain Memorial Trust to take the initiative forward. We have more in the pipeline where next week we'll be doing a design and sustainability conversation. So look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you for having me here to introduce Women Inspiring Network. And anyone can follow us on the Instagram platform. And if you have a story to share, an inspirational story to share, do feel free to share that with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Shruti. Now, moving ahead with the introduction of our eminent panelists for today, I would like to start with an introduction of Dr. Shikha Nehru Sharma. She is the founder and MD of Nutriwell Healthcare Private Limited. Welcome, Dr. Shikha. Thanks for making it possible.
Thank you.
I would like to welcome and honored to have Ms. Garima Bhandari, who works in the holistic wellness aspect, and she's a yoga guru, mentor, image consultant, very renowned personality. So she would be sharing a lot of aspects about holistic wellness today. Welcome, Ms. Garima. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Rekha Chaudhary. She's the founder of One Line Wellness, leader in women empowerment, and she is one of the legendary women who is representing India on a global map, and she is also a global wellness ambassador for India. Thank you, Rekha ma'am. Now we would like to invite and our heartiest gratitude to Ms. Pragati Jalan to make it possible today. Ms. Pragati Jalan is a mental health expert. She's a emotional well-being expert, and she always worked towards that emotional well-being is possible for everyone. So that's her guiding philosophy, and that's what we are going to discuss today. So thank you so much to all the eminent panelists and speakers for making it possible. And starting with today's session with the topic Holistic Wellness Inspired by Nature, I would like to give a quick introduction on Sattva Nation. Sattva represents purity and wisdom, and at Sattva Nation we believe that not only the physical wellness is important, at the same time mental wellness, occupational wellness, financial wellness, spiritual wellness, social wellness is equally important, and environmental wellness above everything else. The corona time has taught us a lot, and it has taught us that money is not everything. What matters is our emotions, our well-being. Not only physical well-being is important, at the same time emotional well-being, which is also showing us a path towards Mother Nature and connecting back to our roots. And that gives us a major reason to follow the footsteps of Dr. Prem Jain, because he gave the whole life towards spreading awareness on environment and sustainability. So starting our first question with Dr. Shikha Nehru Sharma. Dr. Shikha, everyone talks a lot about food, nutrition, but then there are a lot of myths about organic food nowadays. We just see the packaging, we just see the bottle, and when it says organic, we go blindly towards it. Could you please help us understand what is the organic food, and how much influence does it have? I mean, is it a myth or is it truth? And how much we should trust these organic labeled products?
Yes. So thank you. And fundamentally, if you want to understand what is organic means the way nature intended, the way nature had created. So thousands of years back, everything was organic. And the nature had a beautiful way of balancing food. So for example, something called crop rotation. That means that in one row, a particular crop was planted, and it took out the nutrients from the earth, whether it's nitrogen, whether it's phosphorus, and all those nutrients made part of the plant, which as humans or other animals eat. Now, next year, a different crop was planted because the first crop had taken away those nutrients. It's like earth having a baby. So the first year, the nutrients were taken by one plant. So the next year, the farmer planted another plant so that the earth could rejuvenate itself. Unfortunately, what happened with the with the agricultural revolution, a lot of uh, killers were introduced into the environment. Why I call them killers? Because they were pesticides. They were there to kill pests. Now, for us, they are pests, but really, for Mother Nature, they are also part of her children. So we call them pests, but for Mother Nature, they're not pests. They are here to balance the equilibrium. But with this whole mindless uh, revolution, what happened was a lot of deadly chemicals like DDT and others were introduced into the environment. Now, these chemicals are not destroyed automatically. What happens when you spray these chemicals? They go into the earth, they go into the soil, and they contaminate the water. And the biggest example I can give you that from Punjab, there is a cancer train which comes to Delhi. Why is it called a cancer train? Not that it gives cancer, but all those farmers who have been using these pesticides and chemicals, they themselves have started getting mutations and cancer. And the whole train from that particular junction to Delhi is only carrying cancer patients. So that is the level of problem which today we are facing. When I did my medicine at that time, polycystic ovary, which is a hormonal disorder in women, was hardly heard about. Today, every third woman almost you hear about having some sort of fertility problem, whether it is polycystic ovary or whether it's some other hormonal disorder. Do we ever wonder why is it happening? It's because there's a contamination of the soil. Similarly, there's contamination of the air and there's contamination of food. When we are going to have so much contamination, there is rise of cancers. So there is almost a cancer pandemic which is predicted in the next 10 years. Because all these chemicals are affecting us at a cell level, at a cellular level, causing mutations. So organic, fundamentally, to give a short answer, is as nature had created it. And humans, in their drive for uh, lack of wisdom, I would say, they are killing the pests and trying to create a single crop every year, which is also wrong. So when we look at organic, I think organic is something which is the future of the world. If people don't have organic, one day they will be having multiple disorders ranging from irregular hormone cycles to cancers. Now, what is very important is that good ethical companies have to come forward and stop using those pesticides and put it on a label saying that we don't use pesticides. And that's what the organic mark or uh, even the Food Safety Standards Authority of India has a mark which is organic mark. So any company which carries organic mark actually has to ensure that they are not using those deadly chemicals in their farming. And if they're using the FSSAI mark, then it is a certified. They have applied for all those licenses. So that's what we have to be careful, because a lot of times when people who are unethical, they try to copy the mark and make it look little different so that people get confused that is it from the authentic mark. So we all have to be watchful that yes, there is no, it's not a different mark which is being, because in trademark and licenses, many times people get away with doing all this. They copy something and show
Right.
them like brands are copied. So the similar problem is with, so there are a lot of farmers today. So when we eat organic, we do three things. Firstly, we do not put deadly chemicals in our body. Number two, we allow those farmers to not have cancers because they are using those
Right.
things and they'll end up having cancers also. And third thing is we are actually allowing Mother Nature to heal and replenish the soil with real carbon, real hydrogen, real phosphorus, rather than those artificial chemicals which come from petroleum industry. So when I say organic, I think the most important thing is that somewhere the whole world should be eating organic, and perhaps a mechanism has to be put in place which subsidizes the industry of organic, and people can choose organic without having to pay any additional amount what they're paying for the normal toxic food.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Shikha. My next question is to Ms. Garima Bhandari. Garima ji, I would request you if you could just,
Yeah,
yes, we can see you now.
yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, Garima ji. So we want to know what is holistic wellness and how does yoga makes a contributes the most achieving the holistic wellness aspect to enjoy the life.
So, the term holistic encapsulates so many aspects of your very being.
Yeah.
The word yoga itself is derived from the word Sanskrit word yuj, which actually means कि आप किसी भी चीज को पास लेकर आ रहे हो, you're trying to bind something together, bring something together. So in this case, holistic is where you're trying to, bind your mind in sync with your heart, in sync with your body. There's a complete harmony. And you are like, this pandemic itself has taught us that if you are the one who's left alone in the lockdown, then how you can do your own survival, not just physically on a physical plane, but also take care of your emotional well-being, also your intellectual well-being, your mental well-being. So every taking care of your whole being was in your own hands. So that is what is holistic wellness is all about, where you discover that you are the master of your own being and you are able to independently intermediate anything that happens on the external paraphernalia around you, whether it is in
True.
terms of any ailment or anything unforeseen that happens in your life, whether it is professional, personal, you're able to find a solution rather than sulk and whine. So even if you like fall, you're able to come back up. So that is the whole beauty of this yoga practice, that it teaches you that how you can discover and harness that power within and use it in the
True.
most optimal way, to feel very liberated and powerful within.
True. So, Garima ji, here the basic question, which is like mostly asked by young adults, even people those who are working in corporates, there are set of people those who find yoga really boring. They say it's really slow. But then, so how do we define that? Is yoga for the slow people, or is it something to connect with your own soul?
Yes, the biggest misunderstanding that I would like to dispel the myth about yoga is that if it is meant for any particular age bracket or any particular topography, it actually knows no boundaries, no biases. It is meant for anyone and everyone who has the willingness and intent to, as I was talking about, taking care of your own well-being, not looking at it on a physical plane. Only and only when people get into the mat, they really get wowed. Literally, I've seen so many students, I have so many students, adults, kids, corporates, old people in every category, every genre, who have been wowed, who are the ones who actually said that yoga is not for me, I'm a very high energy person, I need
Yeah.
something which is more moving, this that, but it's just their rendezvous with the practice, that they realize that it is much more, it is beyond the physical asana practice, which is a minuscule part of this practice. Actually, asana practice is just a very small part, because you start discovering so many other wonders of this beautiful sacred practice, which goes back to almost 5,000 years old. So कुछ तो होगा
Absolutely.
ऐसा जो पूरे
Bilkul.
world, it has taken the world by storm.
Bilkul. Today,
So
India is
I would
teaching
only
yoga.
tell people that please practice.
So, which
Sorry.
are your favorite kriyas? आप क्या suggest करते हैं? उसमें कौन सी 3 ऐसी क्रिया हैं जो हर age group को suit करती हैं and we must practice it on a regular basis?
First things first is understanding that everything, you have to first uh, get in sync with your own breath. If you can tap the power of your own breathing, you will be able to do anything in the world. So in everyday life, we are breathing, we are alive, so we are breathing, but we are only practicing very base level shallow breathing. But when we start practicing the yogic breathing, Ujjayi breathing, which translates into victorious breath, you're trying to have victory over your own breath. And that's when you have the victory over your own thoughts, which keep going here and there throughout the day. So first is
Sure.
to tap into the sound and rhythm and tune of your own breath. Once that is there, there is an instant calm and tej on your mind and face throughout the day. And once you've mastered the breath, you start with a little bit of asana practice, because asana practice cleanses and detoxifies your internal, it gives you an internal bath, your whole body.
Yes,
It's
that's very
cleansed in the
important.
most natural way. Yes. So asana practice aids in that. In sync with your breath. Now, asana practice without tapping into your breath power is also futile. So both have to have a beautiful, delightful blend when you're practicing.
Sure.
And then slowly move on to the other ramifications of yoga, which are different branches, like practicing non-violence, then practicing the sattvic diet. There are many other ways. But first thing is to start with an internal cleansing of your body and mind. Happens with pranayama and asana. If you have to ask me few of my favorite, then I would say Ujjayi pranayama, and Sarvang Asana is something, the shoulder stand, which is a Sarv Gun Sampan Asan. Everybody should practice this asana every day. And Surya Namaskar encapsulates uh, all
Yes.
the body parts, the movement of all your body parts. So you could perhaps do that, but don't go into that race of doing 100, Surya Namaskars every day. I don't know. Some people do it. Just do
Yes.
10. It's more than enough.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Now, moving towards Miss
My
Pragati
pleasure.
Jalan. Pragati ji, we want to understand today's, in past 1 year, what we have learned, the COVID time has checked our mental state and pushed us to check our even emotional well-being. So you being a mental health expert, we want to understand how to handle our own emotions at its best, because uh, what we are observing here, there was a very scary statistics which has come out in last 1 month from India's one of the growing state, Haryana, that around 700 young adults committed suicide in past 5 months due to depression. So these are all mental health issues. So it is so difficult to know your own mental well-being and how we can overcome such an issues.
Thank you, Preeti. I think it's a very pertinent topic that you are talking about today, because mental health is something that we feel, we don't need to do anything to take care of it. What the COVID brought home to all of us is, like we brush our teeth daily, we need to take care of our mental health. We live in a country where daily bathing we consider essential, right or wrong, whichever strata of society we are in. We feel that you need to bathe daily to maintain your physical hygiene. What most people have realized is, with mental health, we always have a tendency to take it for granted. We always
True.
think, while a lot of words have become very fashionable, like, mental wellness, holistic health, emotional well-being, but actually, how does one do it on a day-to-day basis? There is very little clarity. And when we talk about it, like we had experts in the various fields, like when you're talking about yoga, you have an expert talking. We had Dr. Shikha who spoke about nutrition. So in the same way with mental health, what we need to do, especially when it comes to depression and all, there have to be a lot more preventive mental health care daily practices. I really recommend to watch out for certain things. If you or your loved one, anyone is not functioning in a particular way, where they are sleeping constantly or they are unable to sleep, eating too much or not eating at all, or someone who used to chat a lot has suddenly quieted down, watch for 2 weeks and you feel ki either personally or the way they are behaving with you or in their work, they are not normal or it's got hampered, seek help from a professional. Most people, what they do is they Google and either they self-diagnose. I mean, I see teenagers, they self-diagnose, and sometimes in therapy I hear, ma'am, I have panic disorder. and I think I'm having a panic attack, so I've called you. I said, really, can you tell me? So this is very scary, like, young children just going and reading about symptoms, reading about depression, and then self-diagnosing. So when it comes to depression, what we essentially need is a lot of resources which are relevant in the Indian context. While we read about it on the net or we think the Western world, it will not work. And as parents, what we need to realize that while we are catering to their education and maybe their financial careers later on, we need to start talking about work-life balance. What do you do to feel happy on a regular basis? The best things in life are free. So, did you laugh enough every day? Ask yourself, did I actually laugh 3, 4 times? Was I excited about my day? And I brush my teeth so that my teeth don't stink. So, was there any emotion which was bothering me? Now, what we do is if a loved one gets angry, we say, मेरे पे चिल्लाने का जरूरत नहीं है. Keep quiet, young children. Now,
Absolutely.
that leads to emotions getting repressed, and then they manifest as diseases. So आजकल quick fix बहुत हो रहा है, कि ये दिक्कत है तो थेरेपिस्ट के पास चले जाइए, दवाई ले लीजिए, या कुछ और कर लीजिए, any mindfulness practice, but no one goes to the bottom of it. Emotions है, they are like a pressure cooker. अगर whistle नहीं करने दोगे right time में, so it bursts out. So what I recommend is, firstly, parents and even students, ask yourself, what am I doing for my mental health care on a daily basis? And agar depression ka signs lag raha hai 2 hafte se zyada, can I just call up my general physician? Can I call up a clinical psychologist? These days you have counselors and people with mental health qualifications everywhere, but go to the right person जिसके 8 या 10 years of academic study background है, और फिर आप उनसे पूछिए. And the funny thing is, if we start taking care, in 30 to 40 days, most of the time, you don't need medication. एक आदमी को दिक्कत नहीं लगती है कि खांसी हो तो डॉक्टर को फोन कर रहे हैं, बट जहां सुने टॉक टू अ थेरेपिस्ट, पागल है क्या, कि ऐसे कैसे चले जाएंगे. सो टू टैकल डिप्रेशन, whether it's parents, whether it's students, they really need to watch out. Ki for more than 2 weeks, am I sleeping badly? Am I drinking enough water? Is my food pattern disturbed? And also with that thought, actually, for depression, I penned down this book, which I'm thankful to Scholastic, they came out with it. It talks about mental health, 3 issues of mental health. So there is a young child whose father is suffering from depression, who's 8 years old, So how the mother explains, how the doctor explains, and the child is able to handle it. Now, another reason for depression is, the pandemic may have triggered off depression cases, but usually there's a family history of depression. There's always 1 or 2 years बहुत signals रहते हैं which parents and even people themselves can take care of कि क्या है भाई. And once people start addressing these issues, depression can be managed just like we managed anything. In our country we have all kinds of seasons, summer, winter, rains. उसके हिसाब से कपड़ा पहनते हैं, उसके हिसाब से food खाते हैं, उसके हिसाब से सोते हैं. So even a lot of mental health issues can be managed. And yes, if there is an organic cause for depression which is there, so a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist can help you with the blood work and the necessary facets.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Pragati. What is the scariest part? Today, we are in a digital era that we are connected to maybe more than 50,000 or lakhs of people on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to those close ones with whom you can share your feelings, your emotions, we are scared of sharing that because we are scared of being judged.
Yes.
So that's the real scariest part. But I think we must have those 2 or 3 people close ones, and one should not be scared of sharing the emotions and feelings, because at the end of the day, we are all emotional beings. And
absolutely. And one more thing I would like to add to that, Preeti. Unfortunately, आजकल millions of followers हो जाते हैं on social media and even with friends, but we don't have that safe space to share, whether with family or even with friends. It's all about a good time. They're like, if I start talking about my sorrows, my friends will desert me and my family will say इतना emotional होने का दरकार नहीं है. So that's where the concept of preventive mental health comes in, where I recommend do journaling on a daily basis. At least you don't reject your emotions. if you write for 30-40 days, you will learn how to handle your emotions. It's in a survival instinct. You don't need anything beyond that.
True, very true. Thanks. Now, coming to you, Dr. Rekha, about thinking out of the box and daring to do and achieve your goals and dreams. So, for all my attendees and co panelists, Dr. Rekha comes from a very humble background where she even didn't know how to speak Hindi, but she had a dream and a goal in her mind to achieve and do something extraordinary, not for herself, but also creating something for other women also. She has been working for women empowerment. So, Dr. Rekha, please share your motivational mantra that what made you think out of the box and go beyond the boundary.
Thanks a lot, Preeti, having me on this platform. First, I would like to congratulate for the beautiful initiative for the, Harit, talking about the greenery and nature on those days when no one was aware about that. So it's a beautiful initiative. And thanks for the other panelists also sharing about your thought process. So just recently some Pragati, I think, so someone who was talking about, sorry, I just named is I'm not understanding the name someone has spoken about a mental health. So how you take approach towards to the life, how you see life beyond your thought process, because your thoughts in the minds is always created surrounding about your all these people around you, and that's how your mind sets your life. So when you come out of that, हम लोग बोलते
Your
हैं कि
own
सोसाइटी
fear,
क्या
आपका
बात कर
खुद
रही
का
है,
जो डर है हमारा,
राइट,
क्योंकि
सोसाइटी क्या बात कर रही है,
yeah,
या फ्रेंड्स क्या बात कर रहे हैं, या व्हाट माय कलीग्स आर टॉकिंग. अगर आप इससे बाहर आके कुछ करना चाहते हो या सोचना चाहते हो, so it becomes a out of the box idea, and that's what I believe in that. क्योंकि
that's
जहाँ पे आपको लाइफ को देखना है, आपको खुद को पहचानना है, so you have to come out of all this thought process, out of all this environment. और जब इसको लाना है, आपको खुद को बाहर निकलना है, so you have to be very very strong inside. और इनसाइड कब स्ट्रांग हो पाओगे आप, जब आप खुद के ऊपर बिलीव करते हो. And that's what I did. I have been, working towards to the creating awareness about the wellness and well-being lifestyle, last few decades, and we have been working successfully. But जब मेरी story के बारे में कोई पूछता है, so how you could achieve all these things, coming from the small village, and today working on the world platform.
ग्लोबल वेलनेस एम्बेसडर. सो दिस जर्नी, एक छोटी सी लड़की जो एक ट्राइबल एरिया से आके उसके सपने इतने बड़े हैं, एंड टुडे becomes a global wellness ambassador is remarkable. And I want to ask you कि इतना ज्यादा गिल्ट फील कराया जाता है ना, the society we are in. हम कह सकते हैं हमने 21वीं 22वीं सदी में चले गए हैं. women are all our co-panelists are all are great women achievers, but then still we are made feel guilty of paying more attention to our career ambition or dreams and giving less attention to childs or people at home. So that guilt feel, yesterday only I was watching this movie Mission Mangal, and Vidya Balan's character had made me thought this, and I thought ये मैं कल panel में आपसे पूछने वाली हूँ कि जो Vidya, and she's a great scientist, she's working for ISRO, and her husband keep quoting, तुम्हें तो सिर्फ अपने career से मतलब है, तुम्हारे 2 बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं. Wherein she was more updated what her kids are doing. Husband was not updated, but he kept quoting her. He kept making her guilty, So please help us understand how to overcome of such situations.
So वही होता है कि हम लोग सोसाइटी के बारे में ज्यादा सोचते हैं. जब हमारा खुद का कुछ अचीव करना है, या तो whatever dream you want to see first, dream seen karna means look towards to the what I want to become or what I want to have in my life. So for that, whatever dreams you want to see from that foundation, that हम लोग बोलते हैं कि वो जो फर्स्ट स्टेप जो है, वो फर्स्ट स्टेप लेने के लिए भी हम लोग सोसाइटी के बारे में सोचते हैं, स्पेशली इन इंडियन कल्चर. What your friends are talking, what your colleagues are talking, all these things has captured so much place in your mind. So where little place is remaining for your own thought process. ये जब हम लोग करना छोड़ देंगे, जब हमारे खुद के बारे में अगर हमें कुछ करना है, so you know yourself better than world, and you have to think about that. When it comes to your development or your thought, whatever you want to achieve. So अगर हम लोग बोलते हैं, हम लोग एक राह या एक विजन की तरफ देख के अगर हम लोग काम करना सीख जाए, तो डेफिनेटली ये जो कुछ भी सोसाइटी का हो या फ्रेंड सर्कल से हो, कुछ भी आपके बारे में कमेंट्स आते हैं, यू विल नेवर एवर look towards to that, because your goal is clear for you. And that's what, in the mental wellness also, what we talk, or mental health also, we talk about that, just not just to having the achievements, what you want to achieve, and अगर आपने अचीव नहीं किया और डिप्रेशन लेवल पे जाना, ये नहीं है. जो थॉट प्रोसेस अंदर आपके दिमाग के अंदर जा रहे हैं, वो थॉट प्रोसेस को एंट्री देने वाले आप ही होते हो. आप ही उसी के लिए एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हो, उसी के लिए डोर खोल रहे हैं आपके माइंड के अंदर. सो उसको जाने से रोकना, या तो निगेटिव या पॉजिटिव थॉट्स आने के लिए आपके माइंड को ओपन करना, इट्स अ वेरी बेसिक फाउंडेशन ऑफ द मेंटल वेलनेस एंड हेल्थ. तो हम लोग यही क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. और मेरा जो अचीवमेंट मैंने जो क्रिएट किया था या किया है आज ऑन द वर्ल्ड प्लेटफॉर्म, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ माई fixed mindset, what I want to do it in my life. And when I was achieving this, or when I wanted to achieve this, so I have, of course, society, we have to take care of where we are staying, but same time we are the initiators who are putting the foundation towards to the all these steps, whatever we want to take it. So आपको फर्म होना जरूरी होता है. That's what I did. When I started age of 40, so it was not easy for me to transform my life from the village to global.
होता ये है डॉक्टर रेखा, जब आप 40 के होते हैं, तो वो जो एक मिड एजर women, आपके खुद के हेल्थ इश्यूज, बीइंग द women body is such कि आपको खुद के भी काफी इश्यूज होते हैं, और आपने अपनी शुरुआत ही 40 की उम्र में की, जब आपके पास छोटे बच्चे भी थे, करियर भी देखना था, अपने सपने भी सच करने थे, और पीछे कोई बैकअप नहीं है आपके.
Right.
तो what motivated you to overcome all those?
So Preeti, it's always like I'm always talking in all my speech wherever I'm creating the awareness about the how you should become yourself as a strong personality. So it's always, I had a belief in me, whatever I am today or whatever I was yesterday. But I knew that is, what I want to achieve something. I have some good dreams and I want to just take the steps towards that. So जब इसके लिए अगर आपको steps आगे लेने हैं, so I don't think so age matters for that, language matters for that, or area matters for that. You have to think beyond that. You have to think, something different than that, all these things. So of course the transformation आया 40 के stage से आगे जाने के लिए. So it was a completely different, what I would say the challenges for me. I had, of course, not knowing the global language, not knowing the global, platform. अगर आप मुझे पूछते थे बॉम्बे कहाँ पे हैं, तो वो भी मेरे लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट था उस टाइम पे बताने के लिए. Just 15, 17, 18 years journey of mine where I have been able to achieve all these things in my life. और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब बातें करते हैं हम लोग के 40 के बाद में चेंजेस आना जरूरी होता है हर एक के लाइफ में, क्योंकि दैट टाइम वुमन बिकम्स इंडिपेंडेंट. शी कैन टेक द डिसीजंस, शी कैन go against the society, or she can definitely talk firmly in the family, that is, I want to do something than what I am today. And that's what I could talk loudly. I could say I want to achieve something in my life. And I, of course, before that also I was doing lot many activities, और मैंने बहुत सारे social work शुरू से ही किया है, starting from the start, blind schools and all these things. But today it's something different what I have created. I have started the Global Wellness Day in India, creating the awareness for the global well-being lifestyle. I have started the World Wellness Weekends by creating the wellness tourism awareness through this initiative. I have created the Digital Detox Day. I'm the founder of the Digital Detox Day, where I have been talking about the mental health and well-being lifestyle. So these are the initiatives which has created the impact in the society, and it has definitely created the awareness. And I always believe that awareness about the wellness or well-being lifestyle is a right for everybody, not awareness. In fact, well-being wellness lifestyle is the rights for everyone. और मैंने इसीलिए इसको ना लाइफस्टाइल को इसको मैंने विलेज से लेके ग्लोबल तक सब जगह पे अवेयरनेस क्रिएट किया है. एंड ऑफकोर्स ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जब होता है किसी का भी या करना चाह रहे हैं कोई भी, तो मुझे लगता है कि मेंटली यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी
Very
स्ट्रांग.
strong.
You should
Yeah.
have the belief within you. You have to believe
Lovely.
yourself.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Dr. Rekha. So two key words: no distraction, believe in yourself. Belief
Right.
can move the mountains. Now, coming back to you, Dr. Shikha, we want to know, like all of us are discussing about overcoming our own fear of loss, our anxiety issues. But does food play an important role on our mental health and creating anxiety? Like it has been heard कि हम मसालेदार कुछ खाएंगे तो हमें गुस्सा ज्यादा आएगा. How does it portray सात्विक food जो है उससे आप शांत रहते हैं, मन शांत रहता है, and more spicy you would be more aggressive. So is it a myth or is it truth?
So I'll explain to you that see, I basically did my medicine, right? So जब मैंने medicine किया, when I did my medicine, at that point of time, I was in that world of science. And in the world of science, you tend to believe कि जी जो भी पुराना था वो relevant नहीं है. जो भी पुराना, चाहे वो आयुर्वेद है, चाहे कोई भी वो चीजें हैं, they are not relevant because we are the scientific people. धीरे धीरे करके, the first thing I realized was that as a doctor, my first realization was that I was in the ICU. I was working with patients, trying to save them, but actually nutrition was something जिसकी वजह से वो बीमार पड़े थे. गलत nutrition, stress, या बीमार भी क्या, मतलब they had come to the ICU with a heart attack. So जब वो आप realize करते हो कि as a doctor आप एंड में सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर, उस टाइम आप उससे क्रिटिकल केयर कर रहे हैं. आप कह सकते हैं कि एक्सीडेंट हो गया है, अब उसको आप किसी तरह से बचा रहे हैं, बट रियली जो वो सारी सिचुएशंस पहले आई थी उसमें आपका कोई यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग और यू इंटरवेंशन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. सो द फर्स्ट रियलाइजेशन व्हिच मेड मी हम्बल वाज कि मॉडर्न मेडिसिन में सारे जवाब नहीं है. ऑल द आंसर्स आर नॉट देयर इन मॉडर्न मेडिसिन. दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ ह्यूमिलिटी. द सेकंड स्टेप ऑफ ह्यूमिलिटी वाज when I started looking at nutrition, तो मुझे लगा कि nutrition is a huge topic जिसमें Chinese medicine में भी nutrition की बात है, आयुर्वेद में भी nutrition की बात है. So fundamentally I realized that, oh my God, there are this huge science of which I am not aware at all because I had not done any course in nutrition. I was a medical doctor. तीसरी चीज मुझे realize हुई कि जो आयुर्वेद है वो इतनी deep science है और उसके बारे में I'll give you a small example. So 99% people know about a calorie, right? तो मेरे एक patient से पूछा, the Dr. Shikha, I mean, if you want me to say lose weight, you are saying that your requirement is about 1800 calorie and your diet would be reduced to eating 1600 or 1500 calorie and 300 calorie per day जो deficit होगा, mathematics. This is how you lose weight. So ठीक है, you have told me that I have to eat 1500 calorie and I will have two things which are my favorite. First is a hot chocolate fudge. He said, कितनी calorie है? मैंने कहा about 1100 max. He said, ठीक है, that means I can accommodate one hot chocolate fudge in my diet. Second thing is I love Coke. and I can have zero Coke, zero calorie Coke. So I can have unlimited because the 0 calorie hai. And that got me stumped. I finally realized, what is this we are talking? What is this we are trying to? And I had no answer. I had really no answer. Second, one patient asked me, my child has got a tonsillitis surgery done at night, and the tonsillitis surgery, and my doctor said, आप सब कुछ खा सकते हैं as long as बच्चा antibiotic खा रहा है. So, but my mother-in-law is saying कि इसको दही नहीं देना, अचार नहीं देना, ये नहीं देना. So, doctor, I'm confused. You tell me, what should I do? I had no answer for her. Because as a doctor, I would have
Absolutely.
the same thing, that as long as the child is having antibiotics, please let him eat everything. But I also know my grandmother used to say कि आप winters में रात को दही मत खाओ, अगर गला थोड़ा खराब है तो अचार मत खाओ.
Absolutely.
I have no answer for that, despite in physically every day seeing this. So I started looking at answers. So I think I had a curious mind, and I had a mind which wanted to look at the root cause, and not just whatever you mug up in college, just not to kind of share that with the patients without really seeing the logic. That there's no logic to it.
Absolutely.
And that's where my second humility came. Ayurveda is a huge science which very little we know about. I mean, even yoga comes from the ancient sciences or the Vedic sciences. So that's the time I started understanding what is the impact of food on the body. Now, if you really look at food, जब आप कुछ खाते हैं, आप जब कुछ भी खाते हैं तो हर एक ग्रेन में उसका एक क्रोमोसोम होता है, उसका एक सॉफ्टवेयर जिसको हम कह सकते हैं मॉडर्न लैंग्वेज में, देयर इज अ क्रोमोसोम इन दैट प्लांट. तभी तो जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन बात हो रही है कि जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड सीड्स क्यों आ रहे हैं, बिकॉज देयर इज अ जीन इन दैट प्लांट, राइट? एंड दैट जीन इज दैट कॉस्मिक इंटेलिजेंस जो उसको डिक्टेट करता है कि इतना ग्रो होना है, इतने फूल देना है, ये कलर का फूल होगा, या ये a banyan tree is huge, whereas a small rose is a tiny plant, and it manifests as a red rose. So there is some intelligence which is at play, what let's say in scientific terms we are calling the chromosome, right? Now when we are eating something, वो chromosome हमारे human chromosome से interact कर रहा है, बात कर रहा है.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about food and emotions, it is absolutely logical कि जब वो chromosome हमारे chromosome से बात कर रहा है, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो हमारे हर चीज को impact कर रहा है. Every aspect of our body, our mind is going to get impacted. Today we are talking about a science called nutrigenetics, which is nutrition according to your genetics, which is nutrigenetics, which is also called nutrigenomics, right? The first time I introduced this whole combination of personalized nutrition, everybody said उसमें क्या है, दूध पीना है, सब पियो, कैल्शियम ही तो है. But we all know, according to your body type, either या तो वो कफ डिसऑर्डर हो जाएगा, या आपको उससे एनर्जी मिलेगी, आप डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे. You will not be able to see. Today we are talking about nutrition and genetics in bits and pieces. कि उसको lactose intolerance है, उसको कफ हो जाता है, उसको साइनस हो जाता है ये खा के. But really what are we talking is, we are at a cellular level, we are talking about a chromosome talking to a chromosome. तो क्या आपको लगता नहीं है कि when we eat an animal which has been killed, and before it's being killed, it is going through so many emotions of fear, terror.
Absolutely, yes.
And that animal we cook and eat. So obviously the kind of emotions it's going to bring forth in us would be very different when we are eating an apple or when we are eating
Absolutely.
So kahin na kahin, there is a relationship between the kind of food and the emotions. Now there is another part of nutrition which talks about how when you are not getting sleep, you should have a glass of milk. Why? Because there are dopamine receptors in our minds, and those dopamine receptors
are happiness hormone. Yeah.
So those dopamine receptors are influenced by some amino acid, and if milk has that amino acid, and which creates that dopamine, so not directly, but वो हमारे शरीर में जाके हमारे सेल में एक और अमाइनो एसिड बनाएगा, जो वो डोपामिन रिसेप्टर में एक हार्मोन बनेगा. So what I'm saying is that today we are talking about that, if you are having too much of coffee or tea, then it will make you anxious, it will make your blood pressure rise. So today, of course, जिसका blood pressure ज़्यादा होता है, so कहते हैं आप ज़्यादा चाय ना पीजिए, आप ज़्यादा coffee मत पीजिए, it's going to push your blood pressure up. Similarly, when people, today, I'll give you an example that we are interviewing many cancer specialists. You know, what are they saying? That 40% of cancer risk comes from the food you eat.
Absolutely.
So Ayurveda ने तो 10,000 पहले इस चीज की बात करी थी या 5,000
Absolutely.
साल पहले बात करी थी. I mean, according to
बिल्कुल.
us, Ayurveda is eternal. Of course, according to modern chronology, it's called 5,000-year-old Vedas. But according to us, it was eternal science. So
Absolutely.
in this eternal science, it was already spoken that. So Ayurveda never said you become vegetarian. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people think Ayurveda means you are vegetarian. No, Ayurveda said कि you are responsible for your choices. आपकी choices जो आप लाइफ में लेंगे, चाहे वो खाने पीने की है, तो अगर आप तामसिक choices लेंगे,
Yeah.
तो आपकी नेचर तामसिक हो जाएगी.
बिल्कुल.
अगर आप सात्विक choices लेंगे,
तो नेचर सात्विक हो जाएगी.
नेचर साथ. So Ayurveda never says do this, don't do this. It says cause and effect. अगर आप ये
Absolutely.
करेंगे इसका ये इफेक्ट आएगा. So the free will is always talked about in Ayurveda and Vedic sciences. कि you have a free will, you make your choices, but you should be conscious about your choices.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Shikha. It was really enlightening, and at the end, like आपने बोलते हैं ना, it's the final nail in the coffin. जो आपने 3 इसके वर्ग डिवाइड किए, राजसिक, तामसिक एंड सात्विक, एंड आई थिंक आयुर्वेदा ने ये जो हमें 3 वर्ग दिए हैं, इसी में सब कुछ आ जाता है. So all the human creatures, human beings are either a rajasic in attitude or tamasic or sattvic, and of course our food, what we eat, what we take inside our bodies dominates the overall aspect of what we become. Lovely. So coming to you, Garima ji, we were discussing about detachment. So I was just thinking to myself that what has happened in past 1 year with all of us. I've seen my friends saying कि हमारे वो जो fashionable designer clothes थे, jewelries थी, you know, all of that, it's in the almirah. It hasn't come. We haven't taken it out. तो पता नहीं कब बाहर आएगा वो सब कुछ. So, you know, somewhere we are so attached to our possessions that now we are not able to identify whether we owe these possessions or our possessions owes us. You know, I love my Audi. Okay, अब लगता है नहीं. You know, we are so scared of losing our possessions, and all those luxury cars, all those luxury designer material stuff is lying there. And what matters the most is my physical well-being, my state of mind, and how well connected I am with my own self and Mother Nature. So, Garima ji, what you have to say about detachment? And I must compliment, when I read your status on your WhatsApp,
Thank you.
it caught my attention. So, could you please read the status and define the same?
Yes, the status read that detachment is not what you own, what is lying in your closet, whatever things you know you have acquired over time, but it's the opposite. It is that those things don't own you as long as you have a
Absolutely.
clear demarcation that I am not governed. My happiness is not basis a 6-figure income or that luxury car or that LV bag. Uh, so, you know, the space of realization where you feel not even realization, I would say that level of enlightenment where you feel that if it is there, it is very good because you have acquired with your hard work, your, you know, your experience over your career, etc. And if it is not there, is also okay. That, you know, enlightenment is not something which is for instance, if you're seeing me, not for you to see or the external people to see in you. It is for your own self, where I have always spoken about this Zen proverb which says that, you know, before enlightenment also you were chopping wood and you were carrying water. But after enlightenment also you're doing the same thing. Now, what is different in both the cases is that in case one, you were doing it as a forced task. You were doing it as a duty. That, oh, सुबह उठना है, ऑफिस जाना है, you know, फिर आना है, फिर ये करना है. So that was
Yes.
forced on you, but now you do it with so much gusto. You do it with so much enthusiasm that it does not. You're oblivion to the
Yeah.
fact that you're chopping wood or you're carrying water. You're just doing it with so much of happiness, profound happiness within you, that you don't let the job or anything affect you. You know, like standing in the crowd, but like that lotus flower in the pond, unperturbed, oblivious, non-distracted by the external forces happening around, which is not dependent on my being cannot be dependent on what I have, how much bank balance I have, or where I will be, because I also come from a place where I've seen that downfall, that collapse. So if you're driven by that passion that, I'm working for buying that Audi, I'm working for buying that Hermes Birkin, I'm working for this, I'm buying, it's fine to have desires, but when to withdraw from these desires? Because are you prepared for the downfall when you don't have and you are not able to fulfill this? Will you, that is the time when it will hit you hard. So from the start, having an understanding of not living in this vicious fear, which is the attachment, that, oh my God, I'm so passionate about my work, I'm so passionate about this, that, my relationship, my spouse. What if that's, what if the spouse is no more there? What if that relationship goes completely kaput? Then what? So are you capable enough to still withstand all that and remain, unaffected? Or if you fall down, if you have a failure in your career, can you get up all the way up, rise again, dust your shoulder off and say, I can do it, I have it in me? So be ready for the collapse also. If you're driven by passion and fear, that is the attachment to things, people. So there are few steps that you can practice this detachment on a very subtle way, the subtle art, I would say, of detachment. This first is understanding about these material goods, that they are, बोलते हैं ना कि भाई ब्रेकअप हो गया तो आज पूरा केक खा लिया और जाके एम्पोरियो में शॉपिंग कर ली, तो कितना वो जो इंस्टेंटेनियस ग्रेटिफिकेशन आपको मिला, दैट विल ओनली लास्ट यू मे बी 24 आवर्स, मे बी अ वीक, फिर उसके बाद क्या, फिर पूरा सॉब स्टोरी बिगिंस. बट अगर आपने वही एनर्जी, उन्हीं इमोशंस को हार्नेस करा हो अपने लिए कि नहीं, इट्स ओके, दैट मीन्स समथिंग गुड इज गोइंग टू ओपन अप, this was what it was meant to be, now there's a new chapter opening, that's where you will be able to handle the situation better. Crazy about acquirings, but sit and self introspect that material is a temporary happiness. You should be aware that वो है तब भी ठीक है, नहीं है तब भी बहुत अच्छा है. Second is also understanding the detachment from your thoughts. First things first, क्योंकि thoughts आपके जो हैं वो आपको बहुत जगह गुमराह करते हैं, भटकते रहते हैं इधर. So thoughts को अपने maneuver करना.
So there was a quote
please.
Says, yes, there was a quote which was saying that nothing can trouble you more than your own thoughts.
So emotions भी आपके negative emotions को positive mindset में कैसे change करना है, it's all on your thoughts. If you want to sulk and whine about something that has happened or something that is going to happen, so फिर आप sulk and whine ही करते जाओगे, आप उसी चीज से अभी भी attached हो और ज़्यादा attached होते जा रहे हो. So that is one thing that you have to constantly practice, this detachment from your thoughts also, to take care of your emotional well-being. And then detachment from your relationships. I'm not saying that कि भाई detachment का मतलब जो लोग बोलते हैं कि तो क्या मैं संन्यास ले लूं और मैं कपड़े पहन के mountains पे चले जाऊं, that is not what is detachment. You are here for a role, you have a role goal to play in this world, that's why you're here as a human being. So don't shy away from all your duties, but detachment from your relationship, be it spouse, be it your colleagues at work, be it your social detachment or your friendships or your parents also, or with my kids also, have the togetherness with them, but there is something called spaces in togetherness. वो बोलते हैं ना, like within an ocean there is one side is shore, the other side isn't, but the sea keeps both of them with a distance or a space between it. So similarly, give each other space, don't cling on, don't be so possessive or dependent कि मैं हूँ तो तुम हो तो मैं हूँ और कुछ भी नहीं, and all that.
All that Hindi movie stories which is short lived.
Yes.
All right, lovely.
So
It's a
you are unique, right? Because you have your own, government also says you have Aadhaar card unique identification number, which is
yeah,
not, nobody else has your number. Only you have it. So you are different, and you can master everything in
lovely.
your life, your situations, your failures, everything. It does not depend on your bank balance, on these material things, but it depends on how you keep your mindset, what's your perspective and outlook towards life. So slowly every day detaching yourself from situations, socially, personally, professionally, is very, very imperative.
Lovely. Thank you so much. This was like 5 minutes of detachment
My
has taught us
pleasure.
the way to lead our detachment and how we are always connected with our possessions. Uh, Now, how do we manage our anxiety issues, stress issues? You know, when we are happy, we jump out of happiness, and but when we are sad, that sadness remains with us not for hours. Sometimes it is there for weeks, sometimes for months, and sometimes, you know, these are the cases of depression. So my first question is, how do we understand that okay, I'm suffering of the depression, that you mentioned this the beginning only, but then how do I help someone who I see okay, they're going through a depression? Because if I go and say, boss, तुम्हारे पास ये depression के symptoms हैं, they might judge me in a wrong manner. So how can I help somebody? Because what we see here, everyone for that matter is having that anxiety, stress, and depression symptoms. Some has low ratio, some has bigger ratios. So how can we help our surroundings?
The first thing, Preeti, that we need to do, and all other panelists, everyone is talking about wellness here. So, what we all need to first understand is, am I safe to talk to? Now, for
Yeah,
example, how do we say, तुमको depression है क्या? तुम क्या चीज के लिए anxious हो रहे हो? Now, if I talk like that, automatically the person feels snubbed and the person
yeah,
will not
true.
open up to me. So here, the a very important thing is, if अगर हमको लगे कोई हमारे जो क्लोज है उसको डिप्रेशन है या एंजाइटी है, बगल में बैठिए, एक इस तरह से बैठिए, लिसन विद योर होल बॉडी एंड योर फुल अटेंशन. उस समय अपना फोन से मत फिडल करिए, इधर उधर मत देखिए, आराम से बैठिए. एक चीज देखिए कि इज द पर्सन हंग्री, इज द पर्सन एंग्री, इज द पर्सन टायर्ड. ये सब साइंस के लिए देखिए. अगर ऐसा कुछ है, हॉल्ट करिए एंड खूब जेंटली, जिस टोन में आप और मैं बात कर रहे हैं, पूछिए, इज समथिंग बॉदरिंग यू? अगर वो बोले अपने आप ओपन अप करे तो ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, अगर वो कुछ नहीं बोले, कि मुझे कई दिनों से लग रहा है कि समथिंग इज देयर एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड, कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी, आई एम वरीड अबाउट यू. तो इस तरह से अगर जेंटली बात करते हैं और हम लोग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड नहीं होते हैं, सो दैट इज द बेस्ट अप्रोच टू स्टार्ट ऑफ विद. बिकॉज वी आर सोशल बींग्स, वी लाइक अ सेंस ऑफ कनेक्शन, बट किसी को ज्ञान नहीं चाहिए, कोई नहीं सुनना चाहता है कि तुम में कुछ गड़बड़ है. Instead,
Absolutely.
everyone wants to feel कि I am there for you. If you want to share, I am a safe place to vent out. So that non-judgmental space आपको देना होगा. अगर आपको लगता है आप या अदर फैमिली मेंबर्स नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, तो आप एक स्पेशलिस्ट से बात करिए, हु इज ट्रेन्ड इन मेंटल हेल्थ, हु कैन गाइड यू हाउ टू अप्रोच द टॉपिक. वो सिम्टम्स डिस्कस करिए. सो क्या है, इस तरह का अप्रोच लेने से क्या है, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम भी हो तो हम लोग उसको निप कर सकते हैं. एंग्जाइटी ही लीजिए. एंग्जाइटी में क्या होता है, फ्यूचर इवेंट्स अपीयर रियल, कि जो आगे होने वाला है हमको लगता है अभी हो रहा है, कल क्या होगा, कल अगर फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज आ गए, मेरा हेल्थ नहीं ठीक होगा, व्हाट इफ आई लूज समवन. तो ये जो व्हाट इफ है, अगर आप देखिए, हर चीज डिसऑर्डर नहीं होती. उससे क्या होता है, इसका एक अडेप्टिव फंक्शन भी होता है, कि कई बार हम लोग फ्यूचर का जब प्लानिंग करते हैं, सो वी आर प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द वर्स्ट. बट when does anxiety become a disorder? जब बिना कोई मतलब के भी we are constantly worrying about something. So one of the very practical self-help things that you can do with anxiety is, practice the pause. कि कुछ भी अगर thought है कि क्या चीज मुझे center करता है, deep breathing exercises, listening to something nice, and अगर हम लोग लिख देते हैं कि these are some of the things that are worrying me, एंड उसको कैसे हम लोग डील करना चाहेंगे. अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स क्लैरिटी आ जाती है दिमाग में. सो एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन, वर्ड्स बहुत बड़े बड़े हैं, बट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर पेट दुखता है तो वी नो कि हमने कुछ गड़बड़ खाया है या भूख लगा है. तो अगर एंजाइटी और डिप्रेशन भी है तो हमें यही सोचना है कि हमारा माइंड मुझे सिग्नल दे रहा है, मैं इसको कैसे अप्रोच करूं. दुनिया अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो या नहीं हो, मैं क्या अपने आप को अंडरस्टैंड कर रहा हूँ, कि am I giving myself that space to be as I am, कि मेरे मन में भी एक आइडियलिस्टिक वर्जन है, मुझे ऐसा होना चाहिए, या मेरा बच्चा ऐसा होना चाहिए, या मेरा स्पाउस ऐसा होना चाहिए.
Absolutely.
सो दैट रियलनेस, जितना हम लोग अपने रियल सेल्फ को एक्सेप्ट करेंगे. और अगर आप देखिए, कोई भी माँ को एक छोटे बच्चे के साथ देखिए, खूब प्रेम से खिलाती है, बच्चा ऐसे वैसे करता है, दैट सेंस ऑफ एक्सेप्टेंस इज देयर. सो वी
Yeah.
हैव टू नर्चर आवर मेंटल हेल्थ लाइक दैट, कि यस मुझे डिप्रेशन लग रहा है, मुझे एंजाइटी लग रहा है, कैसे मैं अपने माइंड को रिलैक्स करूं. एंड द ब्यूटी ऑफ human anatomy and the way we are structured, you know, our survival instinct, ki when we start paying attention to ourselves and we are loving and kind, a lot of these symptoms we are able to manage, because
Ji.
emotions at the end of the day are only signals, they are not good or bad. And such heavy
Absolutely.
words as anxiety, depression, they are just signals कि मैं अपने mental health का उतना ध्यान नहीं दे रही हूँ. Every hour अगर हम 5 मिनट अपने साथ ही बैठ के बात करें, how am I feeling, am I too stressed out, am I hungry, am I feeling tired, are my goals too big for my boots, or am I not working hard enough? Trust me, 40 days कोई अगर करेगा, frankly we won't need this panel only, you know.
No, but I want to share my the trick, what I do, you know, because all of us are working professionals with families and to take care of a lot of things. So we have so much in our platter and we have to juggle, you know, we are all multitaskers. So sometimes out of that stressed meeting or, you know, something what stressed me a lot, I just take a 5 minutes break. I play a nice nature music on YouTube. I listen to it for 2 minutes and then I am with my breath. Like what you mentioned at the beginning of our session, that get connected to your breathing. And then that's what Miss Garima also mentioned, that yoga helps you to connect to your own self. So 2 minutes of a nice nature music, which only has a sound of flowing water, or sometimes it's flute, you know, and 3 minutes of breathing has a magical impact on my overall way, the way I take up my assignments. And then my whole day is amazing. You know, that 5 miracle
True,
minutes.
Preeti. But I have a bit of a disclaimer here. While it may work with the majority, there are some of us who are naturally, you know, who like more intensive activity. So for
Yeah,
such a person, jumping jack may work, maybe kickboxing will work, or
yeah,
just, you know, like especially jo I remember I spoke to you yesterday, I asked you who is going to listen to us. You said college students would. So they have a lot of drive inside them which has not been discharged. तो उसके लिए क्या है? How to sublime that energy, we have to help them. So sports really helps out. Some kind of a boxing activity helps them out, so that, you know, वो जो aggression है, they can divert it. So, you know, because उनको अगर हम लोग बोलेंगे आप बैठ के योगा करिए, आप खाइए, they listen to me, yeah, right. When we are, they won't tell you, but they are like, you know, they don't want to do it. They don't feel cool enough. तो उनके लिए listening to some peppy music, maybe jumping jack, maybe something which makes them feel happy. So in some
lovely.
way where their mind body integration they feel, that is what is important. So I use the term practice the pause. उस pause में आपको क्या करना है? On your temperament, do it.
Wow, I'm writing it down. Practice the pause. Wow, that's a magical line. Practice the pause,
Yeah.
and we are going to promote it on Satwa Nation page as well.
Done.
My yeah. Now, Pragati ji, what I understand that with all the panelists, we have been talking about handling our own emotions, taking care of our well-being, and it is all revolving around our emotion and emotional intelligence.
Mhm.
And your theme is also that everyone emotional well-being is possible and everyone can take care of their emotional well-being. So how to be emotionally intelligent, because sometimes when you are sad, or like what Garima ji also mentioned, detachment, when it comes to your relationship, whether it's your kids, husband, or any relationship, you know, uh, you get emotionally hurt, but and that time you don't realize ki emotions may be intelligent kaise hona hai. So what are the steps what we can follow to achieve the holistic approach of emotional well-being?
सबसे पहले what I recommend is emotional ability resources develop करिए, आइडेंटिफाई करिए कि मेरे इंटरनल मीन्स क्या है और एक्सटर्नल मीन्स क्या है जिससे मेरे इमोशंस रेगुलेट होते हैं. इंटरनल मीन्स हो सकता है द काइंड ऑफ फूड आई ईट, द काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग दैट आई हैव, रेजिलियंस जो है मेरे अंदर में, मेरी क्या चीज़ें हैं, मेरे सोचने का तरीका क्या है विच हेल्प्स मी फील इमोशनली स्ट्रांग. एक्सटर्नल मीन्स ये हुआ प्रेयर्स है, मेडिटेशन है. अगर आप देखिए इंडिया इज ए नेशन जहाँ बहुत रिच साइको स्पिरिचुअल ट्रेडिशन है, यू नो, वेयर द माइंड बॉडी इंटीग्रेशन विद फूड, with religion and with spirituality, everything is integrated. तो एक साइको स्पिरिचुअल अप्रोच ऑफ लाइफ देखना होगा. जिस तरह से अगर कोई फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करता है, सो पीपल डिसाइड बैंक में कितना रुपया रखेंगे, हाथ में कितना चाहिए, कितना प्रॉपर्टी में इन्वेस्ट करना है, कितना लाइफस्टाइल में इन्वेस्ट करना है, राइट? So we do that to manage our lifestyle. So even to handle our mental health, we need to know कि मेरे internal resources क्या है. कई लोग हम लोग देखेंगे, am I aware of my emotions? Then can I regulate them? And then can I use it to be motivated to achieve what I want? So इस तरह से अगर हम लोग internal और external resources का weekly list बनाएंगे ना, over time my mental strength will really go up and I will experience emotional well-being holistically.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And we are also, reaching up to our time limit. So thank you so much to all the panelists to come forward, devote some time and paying the contribution towards celebrating the Harit Prem Bharat Mahotsav. So this is Preeti Singh, your host for the session. Thanks you from the
Thank
and
you
many,
so
many
much.
congratulations, and looking forward to many more wisdom words from you in future. Have a blissful weekend and have a great day. Thank you.